On my foot. Hello. Hello.
I think little Cupcake is missing her friend. She's been kept away from Floki a bit while he just recovers. And as you can see, she's entertaining herself, being as naughty as a little monkey can be, biting and trying everything, keeping herself entertained. So it's quite nice just watching her and seeing how she gets on, still trying out everything she can find. Has to go into the mouth, but I suppose that's typical with any baby. We will be letting her see Floki a little bit later on just to help boost up his morale because he's also feeling a little bit down at the moment. Time for a little rest.
Aww.
Well, when you've had an exciting time finding all new little things, you've always got to get a little bit of rest and then, of course, a little bit of sustenance to keep you going. So if you've got a milk bottle close by, always ready to give you a top up before you go and grab a little bit of a snooze and then get back out playing again. It's always a great feeling when you actually see them managing to get in and out of the feeding cage because you just know this is what's going to be able to get them to a mother a lot sooner. So the sooner they can learn how to use the feeding cage and get in and out comfortably, the better for them, the sooner they're able to get a mother. Little Floki is recovering quite nicely. He's feeling a little bit down and with no friends and everything. But what we've done is try to put his cage in with Cupcake so that she can talk to him and they can see each other. So this does seem to be helping a lot. And of course, Cupcake is trying to get his morale up, playing around, jumping on top of his cage and everything like this. So at least there's a little bit of interaction and he's not feeling too lonely or anything like that. Cupcake not quite understanding why she can't get to Floki. So she's trying her best. Unfortunately, the little holes are a bit too small, so she can't really get much interaction or anything out of him. But I think she's trying to look for a spot or a way to let him out and say, don't worry, I'll get you out of here. You don't panic about this. As you can see, the little Floki is doing quite well. He's eating. He's still got his little bit of an appetite. I don't think he's feeling 100% there because it is quite a major operation that he's actually been. You can see a little bit there on his leg. He's not using that leg at all, but that's a good positive thing. We don't really want him to, and but he's coming from strength to strength. Little Cupcake, of course, couldn't wait to get her hands on him, and she's just so pleased to have her buddy back. Big hugs for him, and I think this is also helping him quite a bit. So we're just letting the two of them be together for a little while. So we'll take him out of his cage, let them interact for a while, and then have to put him back because he can't get too much pressure on that leg, which is very important. We don't want him jumping around or her putting up too much weight on it. But it is good to have a positive disposition because that, of course, will help him heal a lot quicker. So the two of them just getting close, eating some grass, and sharing some quality time with each other.
Just down at Disneyland checking up on Floki and Cupcake. As you can see, Cupcake's fast asleep, and Floki seems much more content now that he's got Cupcake with him for his recovery. So we put him back in his small cage just when he's a bit restless, but he does get the comfort from Cupcake and the human carers for now, and hopefully he'll make a good recovery. But so far everything is looking great.
It's also good for us sometimes just to have a look at the wild monkeys and how they're treating their little ones and how their little ones are going on, because of course all the babies are really the same age, and we as humans tend to be overprotective of the smaller ones. As you can see here, the moms aren't fussing much. These little ones are climbing around and jumping in trees with no supervision or anything like that. And this is kind of hard to realize. We try and put a little safety net underneath them, whereas they can get around quite well. Moms are just sitting there, not concerned at all, and the little ones just having fun together. Well, this is how it should be. This is the life monkeys should be leading high up in the trees. Just look at these little ones right up in the top branches there on their own, with no concern, no fear, just being monkeys. And that's what the whole objective is, to try and get these little guys back to this stage, let them enjoying their lives the way they're supposed to, just like little monkeys. So this is quite great just to see these ones having fun and how well little ones can do actually in the wild troop.
And here's our boy Jinx, fully integrated at the Holton Barrington enclosure. Just want to say a big thank you to our integration team for actually helping during lockdown and making sure that he can get out into a troop with some friends. It's really been, quite a challenge because we haven't had the team here. We haven't had any volunteers during lockdown. But you know what? We persevered because we didn't want any detriment to come to Jinx, so we didn't stop his integration. And we're really pleased about that because now we can say that he is out in the troop and he's living life to the full.
And just a little bit of an update on little Sachimo. He's doing very, very well. Really part of the troop now. Just see him guzzle this bottle of milk down faster than any baby I've seen. And he's also doing extremely well. Very well integrated, and he's just loving his new family.
Hi. Go.
Swinging on Mango's tail and everything. These two are still best friends, really getting on very well, and it's really been fantastic to see. We were so worried in the beginning, but now they're totally together. He's looking after this little one, and they're really enjoying themselves. Well, it didn't take long, and the next call has come out for a little orphan, this time in the other side of Polokwane. So I've just finished the shopping trip for the morning, and this is in the afternoon, and I'm racing through now to Polokwane. It's about an hour and a half drive, just to go and pick up this little one from the people that have got him. It sounds like he is in a fairly good condition. We're not really too sure what's actually happened, but from what they say, he was found in a leopard cage for some reason or other, a leopard trap cage, but they couldn't find the mother. When they opened it up, just this little guy was there, and no monkeys or anything around anywhere. So they brought it in and handed it into one of our halfway centers in Polokwane, and of course we're driving out there to go and collect him. A very confident little fella. He seems to be okay. They said he was drinking well and things like that, so not really much of a problem. He doesn't seem to be scared of people or anything, which is kind of strange, especially if he's come that quickly from the wild. But sometimes you don't really know. Some of them do adapt pretty quickly. Grapes seems to be his favorite thing, and he really and truly loves his grapes. So I just made sure I had a couple of them with me, just to feed him every now and again. But he seemed quite content and wasn't too worried about traveling or anything. Well, he soon found a place to settle down and make himself comfortable. Journey's a long journey, as I said, it's an hour and a half, so we spent quite a bit of time together, and eventually he just settled down and had a little bit of a nap, and then was walking around. But at the end of the day, that's where he slept, and it was quite a pleasant trip home. We're soon going to go and meet those that will be looking after him. Ellie, our foster mum, will probably meet us when we get there and give first line of support. I don't know if everyone's been noticing, but you can see how much he's scratching himself. I'm not too sure why. Sometimes this can be from fleas or things like that. if they've had dogs in the facility or near him, but I'm not too sure. They'll give him a once over when we get back home, and hopefully we can make him a little bit more comfortable than what he is at the moment.
So it looks like our second new orphan arrival has been collected by Dave. What's the story, Dave?
Well, they say it was caught in a leopard's cage. The mother was caught in a leopard's cage. When they opened it, they found the baby there, but I don't know what happened to the mother.
Okay.
So, very weird.
And how long has the baby been in human hands?
This lady's had him since yesterday. She said the people found on Sunday. It's been since Sunday. It does smell sort of wild, but he's been scratching. So I think he must have picked up fleas somewhere.
Okay. We'll take a look and just give it
I think it just gets
overall.
flea.
Okay, thanks.
Good boy. It's okay.
Yeah, he looks very restless, eh?
Very
Poor little
nervous.
guy.
Can't see anything, but I'll look for more around here.
So apparently he was very itchy, so we're just giving him a once over and just check if we can see anything on him before he's able to go with the other baby at some point with Cupcake.
The skin here is a bit flaky. Can't really see anything.
There's no red marks on him, no patches where he's been scratching.
No, check his
Of
belly.
course it can be things like washing powders and stuff as well, so, or any chemicals.
Can't see anything.
Nothing there. There's a little boy.
Yeah, definitely a boy.
Okay, I think you give him a hug then, and then we'll have a look at trying to give him a little bath before bed, just in case he is very itchy at night time. Keep him comfortable. We'll make sure it's nice and warm and that he's well cared for. For now, we'll just give him a bit of comfort. This little man.
It's okay.
So you heard the other monkeys outside on the roof, the wild troop.
Well, looks like he's settled in and doesn't mind his new place, doesn't look frightened or anything like that. But it's the scratching or the itchiness that is worrying us a little bit. So we're just going to pop him into a quick little bath and see if we can clean him up a bit and see if that's going to relieve some of the itchiness.
Just a small rinse. And then the final one would be just the head.
We're using a natural ingredient dog shampoo for him, so there shouldn't be anything that causes a reaction or anything like that as well, because you do have to be careful of certain soaps and stuff like this, chemicals that might cause a reaction on their little bodies as well.
It's all done. It's all done, right? It's all done.
Well, one happy little face, and I think that's a little bit better. He's going to feel a lot better, and hopefully he'll sleep a lot better as well. This is a bit of a sad part. Those are the calling sounds that they normally make to try and attract their mother or let their mom know where they are. But of course we all know mom's not going to come and fetch him. After a long day, there's always time for some rest, and nothing like getting a fresh bottle of milk to end your day. And so this is an important part for him, getting his sustenance. And it's easier to feed these little guys when they want to go to sleep. They seem to not really realize what they're doing, and this is how we get most of the milk into them very quickly. But how's that little cool face of his? Thank you everybody for watching. We've come to the end of another episode. As you can see, baby season has certainly started. It's going to be the most difficult one yet, as we don't have the staff. But we have got a fantastic team out there helping and looking after these little guys. I'd just like to thank you all for watching, for donating, contributing, sharing, clicking on the adverts, just being part of our family. It really does help a lot and makes a difference in these little guys' lives. Please carry on contributing. That's what's necessary to make a difference for them, and it's the only way that we can give them a second chance. Thanks a lot. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next week for the next episode.